Hey y'all, what's up? I had to get in my vibe real quick. You feel me? Happy solstice! Happy winter solstice. Happy great conjunction. Happy magical Negro Day, girl. We did it. We made it here. We made it to the end of 2020. We made it to the great conjunction, honey. We made it to the beginning of Saturn and Jupiter's transit throughout Aquarius. And let's talk about how this is going to impact us, right? Because for the past couple of weeks now, we've been seeing all over the place. Black people going to wake up on December 21st, girl, and we're going to be magical. We're going to be powerful. We're going to have superpowers, in fact. We're going to be X-Men, bitch. Welcome to Wakanda, honey. And some of y'all may have woke up and were confused. Like, where are my powers? Where are the superpowers? Where is the magic? Girl, let me tell you, we're going to break it down today. We're going to break it down. Don't worry. You still got your superpowers. Don't worry. Nothing malfunctioned. We just got the package to you late about how to activate the card. You know, we gave the number to you late. You know how Black people do. We be operating on our own time. But anyway, so we're going to talk about how to activate the powers that you woke up with, girl. We're going to talk about what is the winter solstice for those of us who don't know, because there are a lot of people who follow me who are very well versed and practiced in magic, you know, and following the solstice and the equinox and tapping into these planetary alignments and transits and all that stuff. And there are a lot of folks who follow me who just found out about this shit, who don't know nothing about nothing. They just know we were supposed to be getting superpowers this morning and, you know, just trying to figure out how to plug in. So welcome all, honey. We are talking today. We're all going to be in conversation today about what these superpowers are and how to tap into them. Make sure y'all share this. Make sure, actually, let me do something real quick. Because, girl, I be going live and I be really, let me just add my Cash App before I go any further. Okay, save. Okay, bet. So today we are talking about the winter solstice, honey, the Negro solstice, the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter moving into Aquarius and how it's impacting us. Okay, so first, let's start. What is the winter solstice? Why is it important? Why is it relevant? Why are people talking about it? Okay, so for those of us who aren't familiar, the winter solstice, it happens every year on the 21st of December, and it is aligned with the different seasons or cycles of the year, right? So we are now officially have entered winter time. Okay, so it is officially the winter time. And the ancients used to create celebration, feast days around these transitions into the different seasons, right? So we have the spring equinox where we do feast to appreciate the coming of new life. We have the summer solstice celebrations where we give thanks for all of our harvest, for all of our hard work. We have the fall equinox where we begin to go within and get introspective and, you know, just really live in the fruit of all of our labor. And then we have the winter solstice where we acknowledge all of the things that we no longer need. We acknowledge the darkness. We acknowledge that we have gone all the way inward into complete darkness, right? These are the times where the darkness lasts longer than the daylight. So we are going all the way in. We are all the way in that hibernation season. And we have light celebrations to remember darkness only lasts for a season. The light will soon come. Let's give thanks for the fact that we know in a couple months we're going to enter a new season that is full of life, full of light, full of fresh, new energy. We are going to spring forward into a new time. Okay, so let's honor this darkness and know that it won't last forever. That is why we honor the winter solstice. That's why our ancestors honor this time. And that is why honoring the winter solstice, honoring every transition to each season is a part of ancestral reverence. It's a part of giving thanks to the wisdom, the science, the technology that our ancestors left us so that we can navigate this world with ease, so that we're not out here confused about what time it is. So we know always what time it is, regardless of what the white man calendar done said. Okay, regardless of what year they told us, we know that when this time comes, when we get into more darkness than light, that it's the winter solstice. And let's give thanks for the darkness and know that this won't last forever. So that is the winter solstice. That's why it's so important. And that's why we celebrate it every year. And the holiday of Christmas is actually based on our celebration of the winter solstice. You think about it, every season there is a big celebration, you know, that we think is just like, oh, a modern holiday, but it's all in line with these ancient holidays or seasons where we honored, you know, the transitions. And we can talk about that later if y'all are interested. Okay, so let's talk about this great conjunction. What does that mean? What is that? Okay, so Jupiter and Saturn, girl, they be aligning often. Okay, they were just together holding hands in Capricorn. So this isn't new. Saturn and Jupiter, they meet. Okay, it takes a couple years for them to meet up, but they do. They be hanging out a lot. They homies. Okay, from way back, from young. But this conjunction is different because it's in Aquarius, right? And it hasn't been in Aquarius in a long time. And it hasn't, and you know, the degrees at which planets meet up, the degrees at which they are in each zodiac sign, all of that means something. I'm not going to go into detail about that today. Plenty of people have talked about the degrees and why that's significant. But basically, it hasn't been at this degree, at this angle, at this level of closeness in a really long time, hundreds of years, in fact. So this is letting us know that we are, one, ending a long ass cycle of really fuck shit. You think about the last 400 years, because girl, that's what they're saying. They saying the last time that they done got this close, girl, was about 400 years ago. You think about the last 400 years, it's been a lot of fuck shit. Okay, a lot of crimes against humanity. Okay, a lot of stuff that we've had to navigate through that are just not natural, not normal. And we've had to normalize a lot of weird ass shit. Okay, and that's why this conjunction is so exciting for us, because here's what's about to happen. We are about to step into a time that feels really foreign, that feels alien as fuck, that feels so far out, but it's actually getting us connected, getting us realigned, getting us back to where we were when we were honoring ourselves, honoring our sovereignty, honoring our power, our ability to decide, our ability to manifest our own destiny. This is what this transit is bringing us back to. We've been in the past 400 years living and normalizing a reality that says there are powers that are greater than me that I have to abide by, that I have to base my real fucking life off of the powers that are greater than me. I have to fall in line with what the powers that are greater than me says about my life. I have to make decisions about my life based on what the powers greater than me said is possible. That's not normal. That's not natural. That's not how ancient people ever lived anywhere. Unless you are looking at the beginnings of the Greco-Roman Empire and their offspring, which is the world we are leaving behind, right? Ancient people who honored themselves, honored the sovereignty in other people, honored the power and the sovereignty and the magic of our earth and of our solar system, of our universe. We are getting back to that time. All praise and honor. People ain't been talking about no motherfucking planetary alignments in the past 10 years. We are getting back to the point where the global masses have become aware of our reality, have become aware that the real influence are these planetary shifts and how they're going to impact me and how I'm going to show up for myself and my future for the sake of my own sovereignty. Okay? So we talking about superpowers. You got to be in your power for them shits to get super. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be in your power in order to activate the super part of it. Activate the supernatural. Okay, now let's get into them powers. What powers were we supposed to get? Let's talk about it. Okay, because if you remember, maybe y'all don't, but in 2012, December 21st, there was lots of rumors about how the world was going to end because the Mayan calendar ended, right? And it's so funny because this year I had a roots reading, an ancestor reading with my Elosia, my godmother. And she told me that my ancestor, I have Aztec ancestors. So doing research on my ancestry, trying to find out who I am through them, I was able to uncover that the map, the calendar that they was looking at, identifying as the Mayan calendar that ended was actually an Aztec sun calendar. Okay, it had nothing to do with the Mayans and nothing to do. If you look up Mayan calendar, you're gonna get, more than likely, you're gonna get a picture of the Aztec sun calendar. Okay, two different types of people, two different ways of living, two different philosophies on how to live life. Okay, so lies, just half truths, not fully understanding, fully having the full perspective. Why? Because we was getting our information about our ancestors from some outsiders, from some niggas who just got here. You feel me? From some motherfucking invaders who don't know shit about shit. They literally don't know up from down, left from right. You feel me? So we thought the world was going to end based off of a calendar that we were giving to people based off of a totally different group of people. I will say, though, as a child of the Aztec, who has connections to the Maya, you know, we come from the same motherland. So we are connected. We just different peoples. There was a shift that happened. There was a huge shift that happened at the end of 2012. Worlds ended. Lives ended. Lives were changed. You think back to where you were before 2013, you entered that year a different person. You entered that year with more clarity about, okay, where am I going? What am I actually doing? No matter how old or young you were at the time. We all entered 2013 with a different focus, a different clarity, a different sense of being, right? So some shit did shift. Some shit definitely ended. And we've been going through the process of ending, of letting go, of releasing, of cutting off, of destroying, of killing even, since that transit, since December 21st, 2012. So we have been going through the process of developing these powers. Okay, we have been going through the process of tapping in to reality, to what is real. We have been going through this process for years now. Now we are at a turning point. I don't want to say the culmination. We're at a turning point, right? We're at a turning point where we have a decision to make. We were faced with a bunch of choices over these past few years. And now we all have decisions to make. Okay, this is air energy we're moving into. The choices, that was that earth energy we were trying to navigate and manage through that unnatural, unrealistic ass bullshit. You feel me? Now we're moving into that air energy. We got choices. We got choices now. We got decisions to make based off of the choices that we've been given. So now we all have to decide every day, okay, based off of what has been uncovered for me over the past, 7 years, this is what I'm going to choose to do. This is what I'm going to decide to do for myself moving forward. I'm deciding to live in my power every single day. We don't have time for people to be in their potential. You are not limitless potential. You are not. You are infinite power. Get into that shit. Tap into it every day. That's how you maintain your sovereignty. That's how you activate that power and make it super. Can't nobody tell you what to do with your life. Can't nobody determine. You see, your government left you to starve and die this year and gave you pennies to figure it the fuck out. You can't rely on nobody outside of yourself. You can't rely on nothing outside of yourself. Ain't no power greater than you. Ain't no power more supreme than you. We all had choices over this past 400 years. We all had choices on how we were going to navigate this shit. Sometimes we didn't have a choice. Sometimes the choice was to give in to the bullshit in order to maintain my lineage, in order to survive, in order to keep me and my kids here. That's an excellent choice. I don't fault my ancestors for nothing that they did. No choice that they made to keep me alive so that I can move forward and make real decisions about maintaining our sovereignty. I know why I'm here. I know the baton I was handed and what I came here to do with it. I know the race I came here to run because I've been tapped in to these transits, to the solstice and the equinox, doing my ancestor altar work, doing my own higher self or re-altar work. That's how I've developed this power, this sovereignty, where can't nobody tell me shit about my life. I know the choices that are in front of me. They're infinite. I know the decisions that I need to make to fulfill my destiny, I know destiny manifested from some deranged colonizer, cracker ass bitch, okay? I'm not manifesting no colonizer's destiny no more. It's all about me. It's all about you. It's all about you being in that power and working it every single day. This is a part of our decolonization. You can't be powerful and still live in the realm of the colonizer. Ain't no way. Because that realm tells you there's powers greater than you making decisions for your life that you're going to have to abide by because you ain't got no other choice. That's what that realm tells you. You ain't got no other choices. This is the choices that you got and you're going to have to follow them. You don't got no decisions. What you got to decide? But wake up and go to work every day so that you can pay these bills and continue to manifest my destiny. Now, I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying don't pay your bills, okay? I'm not saying don't be out here taking care of yourself. That's absolutely what I'm not saying. Taking care of yourself means taking responsibility for your needs to be met. Not waiting on nobody to meet your needs. Going out there, meeting your motherfucking needs because you have everything that you need to make sure your needs are met. When you need them to be met, you got it all. Decolonizing is activating your power, making it super. That's on you. That's on you to do. It's an everyday process of decolonizing, reprogramming, removing the programs. Okay? We have moved into a place now. We have to remember we are on Earth. This is the physical world. We don't live in the spirit realm 100%. We also live in the physical, right? On Earth, things take time, okay? But let's be realistic about where we at. Things take time. That's why we've been going through this process for the past 7 years. Things take time on Earth, okay? So it's not like, oh, you wake up and bitch, you super. Nah, it's going to take time to activate that. It's going to take time. That's realistic. That's realistic. Let's be realistic with ourselves, okay? We are still processing the energy of Capricorn and releasing the shit that we no longer need. We just moved into Aquarius. We just moved into these energies. Aquarius is going to be in Saturn until 2024. Okay, so we got time. 2023 until 2023. So it's going to move into Pisces 2023. We got time to be in these energies, to activate our powers and make it super. You feel me? However, while we go through this process of activation, of decolonizing, of reprogramming, we gotta be done with the childish shit. We gotta be done with the childish shit. We have to honor our childlike selves. Honor our child selves, but be done with the childish shit. Be done with the shit where you got to be told what to do in order to do something with your life. We done with that. We don't live in that realm of reality no more. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. Okay? That's childish. You grown, and it ain't gonna get you nowhere. Stop sitting around for people to tell you what to do with your life. Stop sitting around and waiting for people to make decisions about how you gonna move in your life. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve to be clear, to move at your own pace based off of the decisions that you made about what's best for you. Not somebody who don't fucking know you, who think you a social security number, you know, or a fucking client number or whatever the fuck. Make your movements based off of your decision making, okay? And don't be throwing tantrums when you don't get what you thought you deserved from a motherfucker making decisions for you. No, we not doing that. Oh, okay. Y'all giving niggas pennies to survive a global pandemic. Bet. Let me get the fuck up out of here, because bitch, you don't care about me. You don't care about my well-being. You don't care about my existence, about my future. Why the fuck am I sitting up in your house waiting for your marching orders? Stop it. Don't do that shit no more. We don't have time for you to sit around and wait for nobody. Your mama, your daddy, your siblings, your children, nobody. Make your own decisions. Be in your sovereignty. Be in your power. You can't be super powerful if you ain't powerful first. You can't have the superpowers if you ain't in your original power first. If you ain't in the base power. How you gonna level up? What is it called? Girl, what is the damn anime show called when the motherfucker, he power up on you hoes, you know, hawk the fuck up? Okay? Because he had it in him already. It just took something to activate it. You got to have it in you already. You got to be practicing that. You got to be living in it, in your power. You are not limitless potential. You are not in the realm where potential can exist anymore. You are infinite power. Be in your Dragon Ball Z, that's it. Be in your power. Be in your power. It's time. That's what this transit is calling all of us to do. I know it's calling on you. I know it's tugging at you. Make your own decisions. Live in your life. Okay? Self-determination. That is a key component of freedom, of sovereignty, of power. Free yourself. Okay? No more running and hiding from truth, from what's real, from authenticity for the sake of a false sense of perfection or normalcy or proximity. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ain't no more hiding from the truth, from what's real, from what's authentic out in the world and in yourself for the sake of proximity to other people or to an institution or to a program, a way of life. Ain't no more hiding from the truth, from your authentic self for the sake of trying to be perfect, a false sense of perfection. Hello, I'm a Virgo rising. I'm speaking honest and true. It's in me deep to try to find some shit to be perfect about. It's a dead end. We don't live in that world no more. What's real? What's real? We know perfection ain't real. So then what are you? Who are you? That's the work. And you confused about how to activate your power in order to activate that superpower? Who are you? Who are you? Not what your name is that your parents gave you, not the occupation that you work based off of your need to survive, not the titles that your church, your group and club done gave you, your friends that you've known since elementary school, not none of them titles that they gave. Who are you? What did you come here to do? What do you name yourself? What is being in your power look like? What are you doing? When you're in your power, what does that look like? Okay? So when you have to activate your superpower, you know exactly where it stems from. You know the source of that shit. Ain't no haphazard superpower. Oh, I want this, I want that. Nah. It stems from your actual real power. We live in the real world. We don't live in some magical make-believe, Marvel, fantasy, fairy tale. We don't. We live on Earth. Shit be happening in real life here. Because we real. Okay? In the real physical world, things have a source. Okay? In the real physical world, you gotta be in the practice of some shit to level it up, to activate it, to know what's really there, to feel comfortable, confident, and powerful in that shit. You gotta know what's really there. Who are you? I'm gonna start with me. I am Alea Nicole Obatinuke. I am a motivational healer. I am a loving, well-protected, fierce warrior. I am a great friend. I am love. I am loved, right? I am opulent. I am in my power. And every day, I break down the chains. I break through the programs to maintain my power, to maintain my sovereignty. I am aware of generational curses, of the 400 years since we've been in this place, and all that has transpired over that time. I'm aware enough to know where I need to go, the decisions that I need to make in order to not only live my best life, but free up my whole lineage. Okay, because that's what I came here to do. I am Alea Nicole Obatinuke Da, breaker of chains, victor of the people, healer of my lineage. That's who I am. I speak my peace every day. I speak over myself every day. That is a part of me decolonizing, reprogramming. I speak my truth to myself. I give praise and honor to me first. Before I do anything else, I wake up and I speak to myself. I give thanks to Malaya Nicole Obatinuke Da for the decisions that she's making for her sovereignty, to be in her power. I give thanks to her for that because it's not easy, but she's doing it. I'm doing it. You can do it too. This is the shit that our ancestors been doing. This is the shit our ancestors was doing 400 years ago before we got interrupted. Come on now. The practice that I'm in of speaking to myself every day, reprogramming, decolonizing, is ancient technology. That is what this transit is about. Tapping into the ancient technology to innovate, create your future with the collective, with the global collective. Okay, this ain't no new shit. Planetary alignments and positions, this ain't new. We just said this shit happened 400 years ago. Okay, this ain't new. The stuff that we are being called to move into is not new. It's just different. It's not familiar yet. We've been 400 years removed from the truth. Come on. We've been 400 years removed from what keeps us sovereign. We've been 400 years removed from what makes us powerful. Get clear about your power so you can activate that shit and make it super. Period. Because we've been powerful. We've been powerful. Hey, now it's time to move into activating that shit so it's super. Period. Period. That's what time it is. That's the world that we're living in now. That's what this transit is about. Ain't about no damn Marvel comic. We live on Earth. Come on now. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. On Earth, shit take time. Shit takes time here on earth, in the physical world. It's earth energy. Earth energy don't move real quick like the other elements do. Okay, so we got to take that into consideration. Our physical bodies, big earth element energy. This shit take time to transform and change. Okay, but let me tell you something that moves real quick and swift. Air energy, Aquarian energy, mental energy. Make the decision right now. Make those decisions right now for how you know you need to be living out here. For how you know you need to be taking responsibility for your shit. How you know you need to be in your sovereignty. Okay? I created a Patreon called the Academy for Practical Magic where we talk about this. This is the whole point of my Patreon. How do we tap into our sovereignty? How do we tap into our power? How do we do the work of maintaining that power, of activating it, of becoming super, of manifesting our own destiny, living out our own destiny, being true and authentic to you and who you say you are. So if you don't know how to do that, it's okay. I have a Patreon. There's hundreds of thousands of people out here who are doing this work of guiding us back to ourselves, back to the ancient ways, so that we can innovate and create something new for ourselves. Okay? The shit that we going through right now is not new. That there is a lot of eruption happening in the African spiritual, the African traditional spiritual community. And this is a global community. And something that my godmother spoke to when she was just addressing my spiritual house is that this shit ain't new. You know, she's been a ordained priest for 30 years, my whole lifetime. You know, she done seen so many eruptions happen in this community, so much fraudulent shit, so many exposés, girl, so many people slipping and sliming their ways into one group, traumatizing people, and, you know, slipping and sliding into another group and doing the same thing. So this shit ain't new. If you know about it, you know about it. But that goes for everything that we are experiencing. Whatever community you in, whatever space you occupy in. I know a lot of people who follow me are still in the organizing community, the Black Lives Movement for Black Lives Matter, you know, space. I know what's some shit popping off in that group too. I'm not aware of the everyday, you know, internal stuff anymore, but I know what's some bullshit, because it always is. That's what happens, especially in the world that we lived in, where we were in the pursuit of perfection and proximity to bullshit and, you know, covering up shit, hiding the truth, not being authentic, not being able to trust our own intuition about shit, and just having to go with the decisions that was made for us already. So that's the result of that, you know. We don't live in that world anymore. This transit indicated that we've moved on into a different realm of reality. Okay? So it's not about you looking back at the past and trying to figure out how to replicate the shit you used to do moving forward. We don't got time for that. We don't. It's time to keep your eyes forward. Keep it moving. Okay? All of the shit that we gathered from the past, whatever we got, this is what we got. And it's enough. It's enough. It's enough for you to keep it moving. Whatever was left prior to today, leave it. You don't need it. Because if you did, you would have brought it with you. You don't need it. It's time also to clean house. Prepare your space. If you feel like 2021 and moving forward into this decade is your time, your season, you about to level up in your business, you about to get these bags, honey, you're about to get these clients, you're about to start this business, you're about to buy this company, you're about to get a promotion at your job, you're about to start this job, you're about to start this program, whatever it is, and you know this is about to be your time, accept it. Accept it. It's true. It's real. It's also time for you to create the space for that. You know, if you didn't wake up and that was your reality already, create the space for it. Set the mood, set the tone for that reality you know you walking into, right? So when you think about that reality, you know there's certain people who can't be there because they not on that level yet. Ain't no shame, ain't no shade. It's just where they at. Okay, you recognize people who have different mindsets, who have different mentalities than you right now. Because remember, we in this Aquarian season, it's all about that air energy, the mental, the mentality, the thoughts, the decisions, your communication, right? So if people don't got your same mentalities, they not talking about the shit that resonates with you, them ain't your people right now. No hard feelings. I got to keep it moving though. I know what I'm about to walk into, you ain't gonna be able to handle. You gonna try to convince me this too hard, this too much, it's not possible the whole motherfucking way. And it ain't your fault. I understand the program you kind of stuck in right now. It's cool. Let me lead with light though. Let me keep it moving so you see it's possible. Okay? Clear out, and when I say clear the space, girl, I mean the friends in your real life. I mean the friends on your social media page. I mean the people that you follow on social media. Like, be mindful of the shit that you are consuming, the stuff that you're being influenced by. That's real important right now. Okay? Because again, the mentalities, how you thinking, what's programming your subconscious and conscious mind is important. Program yourself with the shit that aligns with the stuff you know you walking into. Align yourself and allow yourself to be influenced by the shit that affirms your powers, that affirms your superpower activation. That's what you need to be influenced by. Not no bullshit, not no shit that reminds you of yesteryear, not no shit that's gonna convince you you ain't powerful enough, you ain't worth it, you don't got it, you don't know enough. We done with that. We done with that, okay? Clean your space out. Clear your social media, clear your friends list, clear your call log. Girl, delete them phone numbers from high school and college. Delete them people out your phone. They are taking up space. Okay, space that could be used for new contacts, new clients, new business deals, new advisors and mentors, new people who are adding to your life, adding to your power, adding to your superpower activation. Okay, remove the people that's dead weight. We don't got time for dead weight. We don't got time for it. We in this air energy. We gotta travel light as possible, or you ain't gonna travel far. You ain't gonna be able to go far. You gotta be aerodynamic right now. That means remove all the bullshit. You feel me? Slick as gel, so you can shoot forward through this transit and hit your targets. Clear that space out. Leave the space open for those new people that you know you desire. Again, Aquarian energy is all about the collective, the community, right? It ain't about going out and diving deep into a new group of people, or, you know, finding another group to call home or family, or none of that. It's about authentically finding your tribe, letting those people find you, you know, coming into contact with people who actually mean you well, who are going to help you elevate and activate your superpowers, people who are going to remind you of your baseline power. So don't go finding people. Let that shit come to you. Remember, we on Earth. Shit take time here. Okay? Don't be rushing through stuff. People said you was gonna wake up a different person. You did. You did. You became aware of some shit today that you wasn't aware of a couple months ago. You different. Accept it. Okay? And know that it's gonna become more and more of a thing the more you work it every day. We got a couple years in this transit. So give yourself the grace of time and transformation and going through a process. Clearing your space also looks like clearing your mental, clearing your mind of the shit that you believed was possible about yourself, of the shit that you remember I was telling you in the beginning of this, those people who position themselves as superiors in your life or superiors in the world, who made all the decisions about your life. Clear your mind of those narratives, okay? Clear your minds of that destructive, harmful, toxic colonizer shit. Get it out of here, okay? Let me tell you something. Poverty is not natural. It is not normal. It is a program. Take that how you want it. It's a program that people who position themselves as the superior power put us in, gave us all of the choices and decisions that we can make, and we spent hundreds of years in this space. And like I said, I don't shame my ancestors for nothing they had to do to survive, but that's what it is. It's a program. When I removed myself from that program, I realized how simple and easy it is to have all of my needs met. How simple and easy it is. Of course, it's taking time to build up my capital. Of course, it's going to take time to rebuild my life. I quit a whole career field and I'm entering another field or a marketplace, should I say. I'm entering another marketplace. So of course it's going to take time for me to build my reputation here, build all of the things. I'm okay with that. I'm cool with building. I've built shit that I don't even care about no more. Okay. I'm cool with building stuff from scratch. No problems. But I released the program that because I grew up poor, that I'm a poor person, and that's just my life. That's just who I'm going to be. I declare over myself every day, I will never be poor another day in my life. I can say that because I know it's a program. I don't live in that fucking mental program anymore. I've decided to tell a different story about myself. I've decided to practice different for myself. I decided that I am responsible for my well-being, for all of my needs getting met. And I got into a practice that aligned me with a bunch of opportunities, a bunch of practices that are helping me not only heal from being wrapped up in that trauma program, but to gain my capital, to be in the flow of currency, to understand what it means to have wealth, to understand what it means to have money. I'm no longer afraid to talk about money, to talk about wealth, to talk about having my needs met. I used to be afraid of that shit. Honestly, I used to be afraid to bring up money with people. That's a program. That's a mental trap to keep me powerless, to remove me from my sovereignty. Fuck that. Clear the space. Clear the space of those other programs have been stripping you from your power, baseline power. Clear the space in your mind that has stripped you from your sovereignty, that has stripped you from being solely responsible for you, or for being the one who is making the decisions for your life. Remove yourself of those programs. Nobody has more power than you in your life. No one is more powerful than you in your life. I know it's hard to believe, but it is true. This is the real. This is the reality that we are moving back into. We're not living in those lives in order to have proximity to the bullshit. We're not doing that no more. If you want to live a lie to continue to have proximity to bullshit, then you deserve whatever comes to you. That's the reality. You deserve whatever comes to you. If you still want to live in the realm of reality that keeps you in close proximity to bullshit, to not being fully in your power, and or thinking that you or someone else has more power than other people in their lives, that's bullshit. You deserve whatever comes to you for that. Honestly, that's the choice you made, because you know better now. You've been listening to me talk for at least 20 minutes. You know better now. Okay? So you want to continue to live your life in proximity to mess, bullshit, conflama, then girl, what you think you about to get? Superpowers? Huh? No, that's not how this works. Now you know. Now you know better. Okay? Clear out your body. I know this is a hard one, especially coming from me, someone who is a fat woman. People don't like to listen to fat people about health and wellness. They think because I have a fat body, I don't know shit about wellness or health or how to take care of myself or healing, you know. When all of our healers, all of our caretakers from ancient, big fat ass women, okay? I got reserves all in my body. Bitch, oh, it's a drought. It's a pandemic. I ain't gonna starve. Ha! I'm gonna find a way to eat, nourish myself, keep myself healthy. I got children to take care of. I got people who follow me, who look up to me. I ain't about to starve. So, clearing out your body looks like not consuming bullshit that keeps you programmed to, you know, all the stuff I just talked about. Now, I'm not saying completely change your diet and all that stuff. That's another conversation. We can talk about that later. But you know the things that you consume that put you on a low vibration. You know when you be eating certain shit and it makes you feel like shit afterwards. You know you don't need to be eating that stuff. If it makes you feel like shit after you've eaten it, that feeling, that means something. That vibrational frequency, it creates realities for you. It does. Okay? That's what's real. That's the reality that we are coming back in alignment with. What you feel energetically creates realities. It creates your life. If you feel like shit, you're going to create a life of shit that affirms, I feel like shit every day. That's how it works, and you know it. You know it because you've seen both sides. You've seen where you lived a life where you felt like shit, you ate like shit, and everything around you confirmed, I ain't shit. And you've also been in a place where you ate well, you took care of yourself, and everything around you reflected, I am well, I am healthy, I care about myself. So you know the difference. We don't got time to be in that childish ass shit where you acting lost, where you acting like you don't know what's real. You know. Okay? Let's get into the reality. Let's get real. We talking about superpowers. We have to be real about the shit that has kept us from being baseline powerful. We got to be real about it. You can't activate the superpowers and you ain't been in your baseline power. Clear out your body. Clear the space in your body. Consume things that affirm the life that you are stepping into from this point on. Now, I'm not saying don't eat your snacks. I'm not saying don't, have your fast food or whatever fun food. I'm not saying don't have the fun food. You cannot live your whole life eating fun, junky food. You can't. You're not going to survive. Our world is changing. We cannot live off of junk anymore. Our world isn't conducive to keep you alive off of a diet like that, okay? You have to help the earth help you. The earth is helping us stay alive by providing us the baseline nutrients so that we can have high vibrational, energetic feelings in our bodies so that we can continue to create that in our surrounding lives. Okay? She cannot keep you alive and vibrating high if you are consuming bullshit in your body. She can't help you. Okay? No power is greater than yours, not even Mother Earth. You are the most powerful in your life. Okay? If there are powers out there that are going to influence you, that are going to support you, you have to step up and do the baseline shit first. Or you just going to get dragged. Okay? Because these planetary shifts, they influencing all of us. They influencing everybody, whether you are aware or not. And this has been happening our entire lives. Like I said, motherfuckers was not on this shit 10 years ago. And that's fine. That's great. I'm grateful that we're here. Okay? But what I'm saying is these these influences, these transits, they've been happening since we came out the canal. And even before that, that's why you got a whole natal chart of planets and asteroids and stars telling you what the energies was doing when you was born. Okay? Our awareness has changed. Our awareness has come back aligned and earth-centered with reality. But this shit ain't new. It ain't new. It's been influencing you whether you know it or not. So now that we've become aware, we can make our own decisions. Okay? Because you see, your government confirmed and signed a little $600 bill, whatever the fuck, today around this transit. So they've been aware of these motherfucking transits. They've been aware of how to tap into these universal powers, okay, to influence millions of people over hundreds of years. So now that you know, you can take back your power baseline shit and make your own decisions, okay, about how you are going to move forward with the influences of these planets, of these transits, of these energetic shifts. You don't have to just be influenced blindly, you know, and get dragged through the shit because you didn't know any better. You was sitting around waiting on January 5th to vote for somebody else. We don't got time to be waiting on nobody else. You know these motherfucking planetary alignments is happening. You know the influence is powerful. And you know what you want to step into next year. This next decade. What you waiting on? Who are you waiting on? A politician? A vaccine? A doctor? A healer? A guru? The second coming? What you waiting on? What you waiting on? I hope it's nothing. I hope this conversation activated you. I hope it puts you in a position of clarity about what you need to do to get into that baseline power so that you can activate the supernatural part of it, so that you can activate the super part. We don't got time to be on that childish ass shit no more. We don't got time to run away from the truth no more. We don't got time to live in those programs that keep us from being in our sovereignty and our power no more. Every decision that you make from this point on needs to be based in honoring your power, honoring your divinity, honoring your sovereignty, honoring the life that you are walking into. If it don't honor it, clear it the fuck out. Get rid of it. Stop believing it. Stop repeating it. Stop posting it. Stop sharing it. Bitch, stop reading it. Stop listening to it. Stop believing it. Stop buying it. Stop eating it. Stop it. Stop. The universe made it so that we can be here right now and do this work. You were chosen. You were chosen. So many people did not make it to today. Even in this year, so many of us did not have the privilege of getting to this point where we get to make our own decisions, where we get to live fully in our power, where we get to be in our sovereignty. You made it. Can't you see you are a chosen one? Don't you know that by now? Don't you know that you were handpicked to be here, to do this work, to set yourself free so that you can maintain this sovereignty for the sake of your lineage moving forward? Don't you know that? Don't you know that you are the breaker of chains? Don't you know that you are the pandemic relief package? Don't you know that? If you don't know it by now, let me tell you, you are the chosen one. You are the breaker of chains. You are the pandemic relief package. You are already in your power. Make it super on your own. Make it super for you, for the sake of your lineage, for the sake of your future, for the sake of your real community. Not no shit the colonizers gave you, okay? Because let's be real. A lot of us have been fighting for a community that colonizers placed us in. I'm not fighting for everybody with black skin. Y'all ain't my people. Not all of y'all. Period. That's the fucking truth. I'm Dahomey. Everybody wasn't Dahomey. I come from the Ewe Fon people. Okay? Not everybody is my people. And it's always been like that. I'm not about to sit up in here and pretend and play let's gather around the camp ancestral fireside with people who don't share ancestry with me, with people who don't share mentalities with me. I'm not about to do it. I'm not about to buy into a false sense of reality to manifest somebody else's destiny. I'm not doing it. I'm out here living my life, letting my light shine, creating the space, holding the space open for the life I'm moving into, and letting my authentic tribe gravitate towards me. And I'm going to gravitate towards my authentic tribe. It's already happening. Mermaid gang, stand up. Serpent people, stand up. You feel me? So this is what's real. This is the reality. Don't buy into that colonizer bullshit. Look at all of the areas of your life where you are living your life based off of the manifested destiny of your colonizer, and get rid of that shit. Clear the space. Clear the space. Your ancestors' knowledge, wisdom, technology can't live in the same spaces as your colonizers' bullshit. They can't coexist. You gonna be in internal turmoil every single day. Get rid of it. Get rid of it for your own sanity. Create the space. Clear it out. Okay? I love y'all so much. Happy Soulstice. I hope it blesses you. Please, if you are interested in how to access your power, how to find yourself, how to name yourself, how to live in this power and deprogram, I have a Patreon called the Academy for Practical Magic. We just started, so we are going to go through this process together. You know, I just turned 30 this year. I'm a young person. I'm doing this work with y'all. I am every day committed to unlearning, to decolonizing and reprogramming. Okay, I'm not all healed guru. I've just been doing this work for some time, you know, and I'm in a position where I can now share the practices that I've rediscovered, reconnected with, and share with my people. So please join my Patreon so we can, you know, go through this process together. It's gonna be lit. Of course, I'm taking suggestions for things that y'all want to talk about. There's different tiers that you can engage in. So there's a baseline tier for people who just want to support me, who appreciate the magic that I share online. That's $5 a month. And then there's a $10 a month level where every 2 weeks I'll do a lunar energy reading that's aligned with the full and new moon. So new moons, I'll do a reading. Full moons, I'll do a reading, and those people will get access to that. And you know, all of the other stuff I share online, obviously. And then there's a third tier where you get access to those bi-weekly moon readings and access to different seasonal classes or intensives that I do. And this season, we're talking about clearing that space, creating the space for your new life, for your new self, for all of the abundance and opulence that is here for you, honey. So definitely join us. Again, it is the Academy for Practical Magic. You can type that in Patreon, or you can type in patreon.com/baddest witch, one word, baddest witch, like the baddest bitch, but a witch. So again, I love y'all. I hope you have a great day, a great week, a great ending of 2020. I probably will come back on here before we transition into 2021. But just in case I don't, have a great rest of your year. Have a great holiday season. Peace. out. Yes, the Academy for Practical Magic. Yes. Peace out.